Hi, everybody. I gave it a minute because I was testing out a StreamYard thing and it looks like it's all good. So thanks for bearing with me there. Good morning. Good evening. I see you, Jim. It's evening where you are. Welcome to Productivity Sprint. It is a first Friday because it is September 1st. Happy September, everybody. We've got some people in the chat I'd like to say hi to. Just Eva, RC Scott, Self-Pub with Andy, DreamingTruth.author, hello. Heather Paul, new face from Emma's stream, love it. Cool Gamer, Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, Jocelyn Carter, hello. Blind Sisters, hello. One of the two channels, excellent. And everyone is saying hey to each other. Love it. And Maya Lemaire, hello. So welcome, everybody. I do productivity sprints a couple times a month. That's about all I want to do. So it's a couple hours on the first Friday, a couple hours on the final Friday, because I figure that's easy to remember. So thank you for joining. What are you working on? Let us know in the comments, in the chat, rather. And if you're watching this on the replay, in the comments. For any newbies on the island of YouTube, chat is to your right, and it's live. Comments are down below and are only allowed after the live stream is fully public. That is the distinction they make. So what am I going to be working on? I wanted to make this productivity session where I also tell you about my Women in Translation Month reads. So I had 3 that I finished and 1 translated novel that is by a dude. So I'll talk about those during the breaks. I usually get 3 or 4 sprints depending on how long I make them. I'm planning on making these sprints a bit longer, so maybe only 3 25-minute sprints. So just in case you're trying to plan, that's going to be the order of the day today. Jim says he's reading Linden Falls by Joshua Hershey. It's taking a while because it's not really my jam. I know what you mean. Just coming off my Wit month, actually. Yeah. The Blind Sisters working on Hunted Rewrite and Fractured Hearts Poetry Collection. Excellent. I saw you left a post or 2 on Emma Bennett's Facebook page about 2 new poetry collections, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, Felicia says, Andy, forgot to mention, it was weird seeing your hands in your latest video. Was it a video or a post? There's a picture of the setup that Andy has to look down at a flat lay when he's doing his videos. And it was funny to see like actual human hands because he's normally an avatar. I agree, Felicia. Totally. Heather says she's working on her second chance romance. Yep, continuing from Emma's stream. Sounds great. Shannon has a podcast premiering on her channel right now at the same time, but we'll leave this up and come back when it's done. Yes, with Plotter. Very cool. And I think we're going to get some information from Elaine Canyon's channel about Fictionary really soon. So in terms of like people testing out the things that we were sort of premiering at the AWC. Exciting news. Oh, lots of chat. I love it. Maya says, working on publishing the first novella for my pen name. Yay. Editing a video and scheduling social media posts. Those pesky things. Always. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's now a video. Gotcha. Thank you. Deidre's here. Yay! Deidre is doing a slow burn publish reveal or pub date. I keep saying this many days left on Facebook, which is great. Margaret doing sprints. I love it. Is that funny? Is there something weird about that? I always do. I mean, for at least a year, I think I've been doing first Friday, final Friday. So, we got some more chatting amongst yourselves. All right, let me put this down. I will leave. Actually, you know what I'll do? That I will leave this up so that people can contribute that. I'll wait on the question of the day, and I will pop up our first timer. Oh, I guess you can't see it. My background. I had it up at the beginning. All good. Okay, good. So, wait another minute. Oh, I see. Got used to the fun interviews, fireside chat. But I'm here for the productivity because I need it. You and me both. Yes. So in case you're new to the channel, number one, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. And number two, I just finished 23 live shows in 31 days of August. So we're taking a victory lap. Tonight, I'm going to have Martha Jones on, and she's going to premiere her Fireside Chat's Favorite Words song. I don't know if that's the title. I don't know what the title is, so that's what I'm calling it. But she made a song. She wrote a song, and she's going to perform it for her first time this afternoon. So if y'all are still around, come by for the victory lap and general shenanigans. That should be fun. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. The fireside chats will continue, but just twice a month. So the first continuing one will be September 15th after a couple weeks of break. And it will be with Laura Elena Donnelly, author of the Amberlou series. I think it's called the Amberlou Dossier. I can't remember what it's called as a series, but yeah, great first novel. And I should read a follow-up. It's a good excuse. So yeah. I'm using a timer from HK Darkwood because my thumbnail for this is getting in the fall mood for September, and it had mushrooms on it. And I saw this in my timer playlist, and I thought, yay, mushroom theme, let's do it. So 5 after the hour, we will get started on our 25-minute timer. Boop. And I will see you in 25 minutes. Have fun. I'll mute myself. Um, yeah, we're not ready for that. I remember who it was. Um, where's my question? It was Vanessa Junta from the indie author Indigo Go Indie Now. There we go. Collective. She had this cute little, I don't think it was crocheted, but it was a little plush octopus, and she put it on her head as like a creativity bonus. Apparently, she does that on her Twitch streaming. People like it. She had a name for it. I don't remember the name for the little octopus character. So we had a JC arrive and a hazelnut ramblings. Wow. There we go. Found it. Pog the troll. Hello. Just woke up. All right. I had a momentous moment, if I can say that, which is that I just did my sales check and it was 249, the number of the month. And I went back and I was like, when did I start this? For some reason, I started with the number 151. So 151 to 249. Oh, I guess I'm at 99 then instead of 100. But next month is going to be 100. So that's like 8 1/3 years. That is a long ass time. We also had a Laura Nettles come in with some pirate energy. Love it. And author JC Carpenter. Hello, hello. And it was not me, JC. It was Vanessa. Uh, um, yeah, I know. I needed to finish a thought, and so I heard the ring, and I was like, no, it can wait. It can wait. I'm the human in this interaction. It can wait. Ryan is here from Bookish. Hello. We're just on our first break, Brian. So if you can bear with us through the chatting phase, we'll go on another 25-minute sprint in just a moment. Oh, Hazelnut is going to be reading some cozy fantasy. I love it. I've heard about this series and Kimberly Lemming, the author, through TikTok. So well done. Eva says, as the second full week of school days comes to a close, I'm finally coming out of my lump phase or slump phase, perhaps, of transition. Now, of course, 3-day weekend. Irony. Heather is saying 686 words so far. Keyboard is a smoking. I love it. That's great. We've got a Randy Harris coming in to say hi. Excellent. Teacher is working on a blog post and made some headway. Awesome. Good job. Yay. And Hazelnut saying it's really funny. Yeah. Sweet. Let me take this down and put up our question of the day for the next round. So, how did your August goals fare? So, we're going to be looking back. Feel free to put that in the chat if you're curious. I was working in my own stream. I was working on the transition from August to September, in case you want to look at what that looks like. There's the last week for August. There's my September getting ready, my funny old antique stickers, and my books read log. There's my readout for September, the monthly spread, and the days and the things that I have to do. So on the first of the month is when I always do my sales check, so that is done. It is also when I organize my Patreon postcards. So I've got those to choose, and then address, and then get ready to send. And then I started putting in like events for days to come that I know will be coming up. No stickers yet. They're all blank pages. And I got as far as 920 before I heard the bring. um, so yeah, I've got my pens, I've got my stickers. I haven't used this yet today, the whiteout tape, but that is pretty useful. So planning tools, August goals. Oh, this is when I can do my first month review. So the Mad Women's Ball by Victoria Ma was the first women in translation read that I got through. It's very short. It was our Patreon book club pick for August because we try to coincide with some of the fun readathons on Booktube. Our general consensus in the book club was that it felt a little short, and it fell a little short. Interesting, but like characters could have been a lot more detailed, complex. And the story, the plot itself could have been a lot more detailed and complex. The Mad Women's Ball itself, we don't actually get to see, cut off right before the end. There's definitely some interesting historical detail, but yeah, definitely wanted more from this. So that's the short version, and I will wait until the next break to go to my next Whit Month pick, and I will get ready for the timer to go up. JC saying, can you believe it's September already? Yes, JC, I have been hankering for September, not only because I was dying of heat in August. We had more than several plus 100-degree days, and I don't have air conditioning, so Bean and I were just like sleeping through it as best we could. But I was also very ready to be done with my marathon of fireside chats. If you don't know, I did 23 live shows. Every weekday I had a guest on. I did a mini work session with them. It differed for everybody. We tweaked it to make it special, as well as asking them questions about their creative projects and channels and platforms. And so the preparation for that was a big lift. And I will say I got a good bump at the beginning, but I'm still not to 1,000. So if you know anyone you can share my channel with, spread the word to get more subscribers, I would appreciate it. So that is over, and I'm glad. Deidre says, yes, the year is flying. Right. I mean, August seriously just breezed right on by. I was not ready for it to be September. I'm on the other camp. Hazelnut's giving an answer already to the August goals question of the day. I finished my vampire romance. That was the only major goal, really. The rest were sort of optional. Excellent. Go you. Nice. Jim's Books, Reading, and Stuff says, finished reading 8 books in August to hit my Goodreads goal, 100 books in the year. I should read 8 1/3 books a month for the rest of the year, currently 4 books behind. That's not too bad, especially if you're going to be gung-ho about Victober. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. You sound like you have a good crop of books for September. I saw in your post, so that looks good. Tog says, I just stumbled into the word of Cthulhu knit ski masks. That does sound entertaining. You're a knitter or crocheter. Yeah, Hazelnut says, I have that exact whiteout tool. Very handy. Yeah. Deidre says, I need time to just slow down a tad. Celia. I was looking at octopus hats and boom. Yep. That's how it happens. Eva says, it was amazing. I love the fireside chats I was able to catch. Thank you. It was good. It was a good project. I loved all the time with people. Deidre says, her answer is I wanted to incorporate more reading, and I did so, counting that as a win. Excellent. I do know, Margaret. I missed a lot of them as they were live, but I've been having fun with the replays. Yes. Awesome. Andy says, her answer, my main focus, or their answer, was releasing the rest of our lives, and I did that. Awesome. I do not have this open on YouTube, so if you released it, does that mean you have a link? If you have a link tell us down in the comments. There we go. I'm muted now. Um, there we go. You are wrenched. Oh, JC says, wasn't that I didn't want it to be September, she says. Just never feel like I finish any of my goals. Probably because I plan too many. So I was just like, wait, I'm not done yet. Yeah, I feel that. Um, I think it was the penultimate show with Victoria Talks Writing, where we were doing planning. She's the only one who chose planning the whole month, so I loved her for that. But that was when I was looking over my August goals and going, nope, nope. I mean, I did like 75% of the stuff, but like I still, find the negative things. It's human nature. Ugh. Um, oh, Brandy's got an excerpt on their channel. So Eva supplied it. Thank you, Eva. And yeah, I'm making my way there. It's a bit of a saunter. Thank you for the vote of confidence, JC. Oh, okay. We went past the time that I was thinking I had to fill in. So let's jump into our next session here. And I'll use the timer that popped up. It's another HK Darkwood. Let me back it up a bit for the full 25-minute sensation, and let's go. Yeah, I'll mute myself and see you in 25 minutes. Good luck.
tuna is one of the healthiest and leanest protein you can eat, then why aren't we
We're
eating
gonna
more
wait
of it?
so we can skip
We'll tell you exactly.
that. All right. Queued up for the next one. God. Why do the ads have to have the grossest visuals and you're forced to look at them? So unappealing. Anyway, speaking of unappealing, I am off my rocker. I am not feeling it today during that sprint. How did you all do? I left off with Laura talking about I met my August writing goal, but not my stretch goal. I did write 2 unplanned short stories for a new pen name. Pain. Also crushed my reading and paperwork goals. Failed my self-care goals. So I said it sounded like 50-50. Laura says, got my citizenship, changed my SIN, renewed my OHIP, went on a trip to Chicago. Well, that sounds nice. I don't remember seeing anything about that. Did I miss that? This is meant to say I keep telling myself now that I finished X, I'm going to go out and celebrate, but I just get tired and sit here instead. Does that sound familiar and relatable to anybody? Rice crackers as dinner last night is a prime example. Hooray. Laura says I've made 24 goals for September. Maybe too much, but I also made trackers. I was just aghast and agog at this. And saying I wondered if they had a ceremony for the citizenship change like they do in the US. Yeah, fish. Eva was watching the ads as well. Tim says September is a crazy month for teachers. Apparently he's going back into the full-time teaching mode in Georgia. Not YouTube promoting tuna. And Laura says my cat was into it. Yep. JK, hello. She wants to DM me the story I posted on Ko-fi on Instagram for you to put in the chat. Yes. So I can pass on Joanne's news. She is active on Ko-fi and she has a goal for making character art, paying for that by getting donations on Ko-fi. So she's almost to 60% and has some new stories there and would love if people visited Ko-fi and searched JK Lambo. Heather says, got 288 words, but I was distracted by 2 phone calls. Persevering, nicely done. Yep, congrats on your goal, Laura. Eva said, I read that sprint. It was my plan to read during these sprints, but I do not feel called to read Disoriental. JC says, I opened up my novel document to see where I left off in my revisions. Then I remembered that I need to post my September goals video today, so switched over to that. Ooh, congrats on citizenship. Yep. 24 is a lot of goals. Yeah, she does do a lot. Brian says, I hate editing so much. I see you. I see you, Brian. If you didn't see me, I was like, I was not praying. I was just in a position of despair. I don't know. I'm just so tired. Teacher said, I spent the entire sprint talking to my little brother. He always calls when I should be working, thinking his world is ending. Oh, he's a teenager. How precious. Yeah. JK is answering the question of the day. Didn't meet my August goal of finishing revisions for Project Sugar and Spice, but I did write and publish a new story on Ko-fi, featuring some of the side characters. Nice. Randy says, updated my analytic tracker sheets in Notion and working on my budget for the month. Nicely done. Eva says, I enjoyed August and gave myself room for big change. No goals. Yeah, before school time. Yeah, I'm not posting the link. That was the feature that I did. I did it verbally. Hog the Troll, next productivity goal, the next 4 litter boxes. Litter boxes? Is that literal? Like you're changing the litter box? Do you have 4 cats? I heard a rule that if you had 2 cats, you should have 3 litter boxes when I first got my 2 cats. And I was like, that's crazy. Nope. I've got 1 cat and 1 litter box, and I have 1 toilet for myself. So like, why would the cat get better treatment than I do? Sorry. Okay. We're gonna crack on. Next wrap up of Wit Month is Visitation by Jenny Erpenbeck. She has a newer book out, so this was extra wanted to read to see if I liked her style. Her style is very literary, very modern, very flash of understanding, interrupted by lots of imagery and symbolism and descriptive things, plot things, but not understanding how they connect. So, modern German author pretty much fits the bill. This has some Holocaust history in it. It bounces back and forth between locations, which I found a little difficult to follow, as well as skipping forward with characters who did not know who we were supposed to be focusing on, which is also a little confusing. The person who also read this said it was very chewy. There was a lot of stuff to dig into for them, and I was like, all right, confirmed. It is over my head and not bothered about it. Jenny Erpenbeck seems like a pretty cool author, and I may read her newer book anyway, even though Visitation was like over my head. We'll see. So that was my second Women in Translation month pick. Okay, feedback on the litter boxes. Eva says, we have 5 boxes, but it's more about where they are. It's a big space. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do that. Good reason to have 0 cats. Bookish. Brian says, I really liked that book. I've read 2 of hers. This was my favorite of the 2. Can't remember the title of the other one right now. Yeah, if it's the newer one, it's like a pink peach color, and it's more about like 2 women. I think I might get along with that one better. I don't know. It says there are 4 people living in this house and 8 cats. A big house with a spacious loft. Well, there you go. How many toilets do you have? That is my question. I really don't have that much space for another litter box. Like, I don't know where else I would put one. Yeah, so it's another reason for only having 1. Okay, so I've got 2 books down, 1 to go. We're gonna do 1 more sprint, 25 minutes. Feel free to do whatever you would like to be productive. Subscribe to the lovely writers here today in the chat. That's what I'm gonna leave up for that. We'll do our last timer of the day, and I'll mute myself and see you in 24 minutes and 59 seconds. Go. Well, I think that was enough. We didn't get to the end of the video. Oh, what did we cover? I actually did my second journal prompt of the day for my card deck community. It was talking about a book that was formative from your childhood, which relates to what I was talking about in the chat. Because I had this strange thought last night as I was falling asleep. I sat up and I wrote it down, and so it's still in my head this morning. We'll get to that in a second. We left off with Brian saying that last chat period wasn't long enough to make me forget how miserable I am with the editing. And Nia Bixen of Fiction dropped in for a moment to say hi. I asked how Brian is measuring progress, and said, let me skip down for a second for continuity. Right now, I'm listening to the computer voice on Word read my entire manuscript, stopping it to make corrections, eliminate repetition, and rewrite awkward passages. So that's actually a really good way of going back to edit so that you're not seeing it with the same eyes, you're hearing it. It's a good method. And he said, I'm on page 140 of 189, which I thought was pretty good, major progress. But then he said it's only the first full run through since he rearranged everything and added a bunch of new info. Still good progress. Just feeling sorry for myself. It will pass. Okay. So I think that's great. Good job, Brian. You may need to switch gears and come back to it. But I asked an age/stroke culture check question. What do you think of when you hear the word Fortinbras? And Laura got it in one. It is a character in Hamlet, but it's also something else, and I wondered if anyone caught that. And Laura says someone hot, questionable, Rufus Sewell, I don't know, played him in an oldish film once. That is a Hamlet that I adore, but I can't remember who. Okay. So the other place that I think of Fortinbras is for a dog's name, because in A Wrinkle in Time, Meg Murray's dog is named Fortinbras, and they call him Fort. And he warns them when there are aliens in the front yard. So funny that today's prompt was, what's a book that was formative in your childhood? Because just last night, apparently A Wrinkle in Time was on my brain as I was going to sleep. And I had some crazy dreams the last few days, so perhaps this is part of the reason I'm tired. And full circle, we're relating it back to Brian's editing efforts. Maybe it's time to go on a dog walk or sun salutation. That can also help restart the system. Laura has not read A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. It's a childhood classic. I think it was written in the 60s, so it was still very popular in the 80s when I was growing up. Heather said, it's official. I have the brain mush. Again, I'm going to do this because very relatable. But I have written 1,551 words in total today, which is awesome. I will take it as a win, as you should. I'm hoping to do more sprints tonight. Alrighty, hopping off soon. Well, good luck with the day. No tuna at this time. No, I closed it off. I shut that down. Brian says, almost done for the day. Have to go grocery shopping, so at least I'll get out in the sun. That is good. Yeah, that's key for a day, I think. Laura says, I did no writing, but I ate gummy bears. Also, yeah, that was me last night. I used gummy bears to get through my last fireside chat. It took everything. Deidre says, I was able to finish my blog post and create my 4-day graphic, right? Because the last one I saw was 5 days left. So 4-day graphic for the win. Well done. Oh, yes, Rufus. He was hot when he was young. Are you considering him in The Holiday as young? Because that's over 10 years old now, but different taste, I guess. Randy says, finished my budget, grabbed some lunch. Way to go. Self-care and admin. That is a double win. And Deidre says, I never read Wrinkle of Time either, but I have seen the movie. Yes. The movie was good. Oprah was in the movie. But, okay. A couple days ago, I was moving stuff around my work desk, this work area, to try to fit more so that I could do some of the fireside chat activities here instead of over on my kitchen table. The problem is, I have this age-old mouse pad, right? Mount Fuji-san. And I have it under half of the keyboard. But when I put it under half of the keyboard, it rocks the keyboard because it's unstable. So I thought, I don't have another mouse pad. What do I have that is mouse pad width? And I got this in the mail a little bit ago. I don't subscribe to San Luis Obispo Rep, but I did go to a play and sign up for the mailing list. So they sent me a subscriber thing. And in their last season, they had A Wrinkle in Time. This is, I think it's Meg wearing Mrs. Who's glasses. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. Wrinkle in Time is just everywhere in the last 24 hours. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's the universe is trying to tell me something. Something. I don't know. I think it's the rust. JC said, I finished editing my goals video and now I just have to export it. Nice. Very well done. Man, you remember you have to do something for today and boom, 25, 40 minutes later, it's done. That's good. Oh no, not in the holiday. I mean like 90s. Okay. All right. JC went and said hi to Des on Twitch. Oh, okay. Des is Twitch streaming right now. Nice. Wrinkle in Time is such a good book. Yay! Finally! JC has read it. I find another person who's read it. Jude Law was still cute in the holiday, however. I will definitely concur, especially his character, like what he was channeling for the character for sure. He just says, I didn't even know it was a book. I'll have to check it out. It's, from the 60s, so it's for kids, so it's a little, I don't know, smarmy might be the word, but it was perfect growing up and, definitely like nostalgia. And if you let yourself kind of go back in time to a kid mindset, I think you'd enjoy it. Cover. Yeah. Oh, speaking of covers, the last book. So, Wit Month, Women in Translation. This is a book I did not finish. Disoriental by Negar Javadi. I got about a third through. It's very well written. It's very interesting. It's just difficult. And I find myself not wanting to give myself another difficult thing to do. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it or just return it to the library and move on with my life at this point. I don't know, guys. Tog the Troll. I read that book back in the 80s. Well, that's when I read it as a kid. Yeah. We were just talking about A Wrinkle in Time, too. Who's we? Are you on Twitch as well, Nia? Is that where the we is? But I am also 54. Well, I'm 42. So you were a teenager and I was like a middle schooler. That's about, same. Des is streaming too. I've never been on Twitch. Should I check it out? I think I read it in 5th grade, Margaret. Yeah, around there. I think that's about right for me too. I was out of the room, but yes, I read the entire trilogy from Madeleine L'Engle. I think it's actually a 5-book. So let me see if I can reach this. Wrinkle in Time, Wind in the Door. I got really far, didn't I? There's the one with the eyes that I didn't like. That's the Wind in the Door, actually. I can't remember what the 3rd one is. The 4th one is Many Waters, which I loved a lot because I had 2 teenage boys when I was like in junior high. Many Waters, and then the last one. I don't know, but I think there's more. I can't remember if I read it, but I'm also mixing that cover up with Basil and Frank Weiler. I don't know about that. talking fantasy this morning on Kelly's stream. Oh, okay. Is that Ink Study? Yeah, JC says we're about the same age, 43. Yeah. I was referring to Tog the Troll, saying they're 54. Yes, thank you. Swiftly Tilting Planet is number 3, and that is the last one they read. Okay. Many Waters. I keep thinking Conceive. What is the last one? Brian's gotta go. Thanks for helping me get some stuff done. You are very welcome. Yes, it's 5 books. She just looked it up. What is the 5th one then? Please relieve me of my misery, JC. What is it called? He just says, I didn't have any fun books as a kid. Was forced to read encyclopedia books until high school. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, Deidre. I'm so sorry. The fiction set that always came with them. Black Beauty, Robin Hood, Secret Garden. Those are good. I liked Secret Garden as a kid. I also read the one written by Julie Andrews under the name Julie Edwards, which is called Mandy, which is basically like a secret garden. It was lovely. Acceptable Time? Is that right? Okay, then I never read that one. I read 4 and I didn't get to the last one. I tried to read one of her Crosswicks journals and I couldn't get into it. It was too religious. So I got to go back and read An Acceptable Time to say I've read all 5. The Pentateuch. Oh boy. Oh, she's giving us an Amazon link. Let me see if I can click on it in the YouTube. The box set. Let's see. Does An Acceptable Time leap forward? Yeah, I recognize this box set. Speaking of box set news, went out to the newsletter folks pretty recently. Let's see. It's not going to say anything about the individual books, is it? Well, spending time with her grandparents, Alex and Kate Murray. So those, I don't know who that is. Polly O'Keefe. Alex and Kate. Polly O'Keefe wanders into a time 3,000 years before her own. Well, anyway, it is skipping forward in time, and then it skips backward in time. Okay. Thank you, JC, for the link. That was a little confusing, but yeah, I think I get it now. I haven't read it. I should read that one. Tog the Troll. I could only read that because my parents read it first and decided it was Christian enough. Yeah. Suffice to say, I worship Earth and Loki now. Yeah, nice. Oh, Katrina Eames is here. Hey. I love the Wrinkle in Time books. It's been ages since I've read them, though. Yeah. I mean, so when I was responding to the journal prompt, I was just thinking about why it was such a formative book in childhood. And it was kind of a dark academia book because, like, the universe was in peril and her parents are both professors and it's fall. So it might be a good dark academia read if anyone wants to count it for any read of them. Jim says the Wrinkle in Time Quintet box set. Yes, thank you for typing it out or copying it. Yeah, there's just like 2 lines in the description for An Acceptable Time. It's crazy when they go back really early. Deidre says I feel that so hard. Yeah, and a link for the last one by itself. My mom must have gotten that box set after we all left, and I'm not sure. But yeah, Madeleine L'Engle is a Christian author. You can tell that in her nonfiction, which I'm not so enthused about. But the fantasy, I mean, I would group her, if she was British, I would group her with C.S. Lewis, kind of Christian fiction. Martha Jones just did a video on Christian fiction, and I wonder what she would say about Madeleine L'Engle. Maybe we will make this a side conversation during tonight's fireside chat victory lap. That's what I'm calling it. So fireside chats is over. Just to reiterate the announcement. Yesterday was the last show of August, but tonight we're doing a victory lap. Martha Jones is coming on. She's going to be performing the song that she has written, incorporating all the fireside guests' favorite words. So it's the fireside chat favorite word song. But we might also chat about Christian fiction and Madeleine L'Engle and Wrinkle in Time, because that seems to be the theme of the day. So can't get away from it. Katrina says, I remember when Charles Wallace started kindergarten and nobody believed him that mitochondria exist. Nobody even knew it was the powerhouse of the cell. Always blew my mind. Kindergarten? I can understand. I don't think I learned about that until 7th grade. Cell wall, cell membrane, mitochondria, whatever the else. Yeah. Todd says, not anti-Christian myself, but being forced to exclude everything else only made me want to explore the forbidden stuff more. I mean, that's a classic tale right there. Oh, Jim says, I'm struggling through a Christian fantasy at the moment, Linden Falls. Oh, I didn't know that was a Christian fantasy. Remind me what you were reading that one for again. Oh, it's the first book an author actually sent me. Ooh. Okay. Are you not going to do them at all anymore, once a week or a month? I'm doing one every 2 weeks, so 2 a month, whatever that comes out to. So the next one is going to be on the 15th with Laura Elena Donnelly, who is an author of, what should I call it? Not Gaslamp. It's alternate history / supernatural historical fantasy. Basically, her Amberloo trilogy is about a fantasy Berlin in the 1930s where fascism is creeping in, and there is gay representation and bi representation, I think, and repressed folks, but they're living on the margins. And so it was a really good book. I need to read the second one. Yeah, he sent it to a few other booktubers too. Nice. Linden Falls. I don't remember if he wrote to me. Someone did recently, but it doesn't ring a bell. Maybe it was him. Katrina says, not even the teachers believe them because it was written so long ago that mitochondria was a new discovery. Wow. I thought it was weird that Charles Wallace went by 2 names. That was weird to me as a kid. Charles Wallace. But since I have definitely learned of people in different areas, regions of the U.S. that use 2 names. But to me, that was new at the time. Yay! Yeah, I just need a break. Yeah, I really like the show, so it's okay. That's so nice, JC. Thank you for saying that. Okay, everybody. I'm sure you can tell by my voice. I am going to either lay down or go out and do something fun. I just need a break. It was lovely to have this 2 hours chatting with y'all. It was lovely to see so many of you. Thank you for dropping by. Jim says, reading the Ishwab concurrently, Linden Falls pales in comparison. Yeah, especially if it's the third, because I think you said the second in her series ends on a cliffhanger. So I think the first is really strong and the third is really strong in terms of satisfaction. I haven't read any of her other stuff, so I need to catch up. Have a restful day. Self-care is important. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to walk around, enjoy the cool, although we have an air quality warning because of the fire. Anyway, I'm going to try to enjoy what I can of the Pacific Northwest. And I will see you, if I see you, at 5 p.m. Pacific in a little bit with Martha for the song. Otherwise, have a lovely day. Happy weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Enjoy the self-care. Yeah, don't overdo it. Bye, everybody. Happy reading. Talk to you soon.